Yeah, what it is. So before we start, I just want to start off by first saying that there's absolutely no gore, violence, substances, hate speech, or anything else of the nature during the commission of this video. And if you don't know, this is your man's reporting to you live from the back of the classroom, Petty Murphy, aka MAGA Boy, doing what I do best, and that is the world's most illustrious propaganda pimping. If anything you see during the course of this video resonates, by all means, like, comment, subscribe, and share. Thank you, and have a wonderful day. Yeah, what's cracking? So yeah, I want to first start this video off by saying, in light of recent events, right? Now that I'm no longer at NYU, after what happened this past Friday. So yeah, my fault. So yeah, being that I'm no longer there, and up to this point, I've literally had to be completely transparent with my life, right? So, and I want to be very clear about this. I'm not trying to offend or upset anybody, but I understand how people may view the optics of this situation and how they may feel. But what people have to understand that we live in a corporation, the United States corporation. There are laws, checks and balances that keep order. This is what alleviates chaos. I've been working for an institution who has not been following the law and been using the corporate policies in order to circumvent what's right and what's just. And my union 1199 has done absolutely nothing. Now, if you know, you know. Since before the pandemic, 1199 hasn't seen any grievances. Why is that? And why is nobody saying anything? I'm out here talking about it, but it's like, and I've let you hear recorded conversations. I've let you see recorded video instances of them violating the contract, violating me, violating the law, but 1199 is yet to budge. Not only that, literally for the last 3 years of my life, I literally had to get up every day and suit up like I was going to fucking war. You see, nobody thinks about these things. And like, again, I understand the optics and I understand how people may feel, right? But when I was out on this battlefield by myself and everybody was spectating and watching what was happening, nobody was saying anything and nobody was speaking up. So what did I do? I started reading. I educated myself, and I realized that there's layers and levels to this. You have corporate policy, right? Just like kind of like an executive order in a way, but you have your corporate policies, which is what regulate what happens at work. However, city, county, city and state governments trump corporate policy, and Fed trumps that. So what I did was I had to get active. So at this point, I apologize to anybody who may feel away, who may be offended. That is not my intentions. But I'm out here solo on the battlefield. I've been paying dues to a union for 15 years, and they've done absolutely nothing. And Laura Goodwin, Evelyn Campos Santos, Stacey Gray, they know, because I've sat with all of them. I'll let y'all hear the reports, right? The only people that have actually done anything are two delegates that have been with me through this whole process. And one of them in particular has been there from basically day one. And it's the only person actually doing anything to actually help at this point. I've done the lead work for the union. All they got to do is come get the evidence and then get my grievance. See, every write-up I've gotten in the last 3 years, not one grievance has been heard, and all of them have been bullshit. And I've got the video to document and prove exactly what's been happening. Just like the contract violations that Debbie Newman and her staff have been doing. And the whole staff knows what's going on, but nobody wants to get involved. And I understand when you don't have a dog in this fight, but don't get mad at me for me having to stand on my square and fight for my sovereignty and my sanity when everybody sat back and spectated. Y'all have a wonderful day out there. Remember, realize, transparency forces accountability. Now keep your eyes on the stars and keep your head on the swivel. I'm out.